Hi there guys and gals, welcome back to another video and part 2 of my diorama video. And I just wanted to show you, I've got the 3 Jaguars have arrived, which I bought off eBay, which I'm going to use as part of this diorama and probably a second, maybe even a third diorama in the future. So I'll just show you these first. So yeah, so I got these off eBay. I mentioned them in my last video. There's the 2 red ones and there's a green one. Now really sadly, this end red one and the green one are actually in really good condition, but for some reason the person who was selling them on eBay had obviously bought them to strip them for parts, but they're actually in really good condition, apart from they've both got paint defects on the boot lid. The other red one, the paint on this is a little bit shabby, a little bit, you know, not fantastic, so I don't mind using that one for the diorama. But the other 2, it just seems such a shame because they're in really good condition. You know, the paintwork's nice and shiny, nice and glossy, and they're actually in really good condition. So I don't know why they were stripped for bits, but there we go. Anyway, I'll show you the front of them. Right, so spinning them around, you can see this is the very common registration number that I was mentioning in my previous video, JDU 877E, and as you can see, all 3 of these have got the same reg, but the one which I was originally going to use is 004WD, and that's what I was saying about that reg being a very rare reg, and that's why I was having second thoughts about using that one for the diorama. So that's why I bought these. As I said, this is the one where the paintwork is a little bit crappy in places and it's got a few scratches, a few chips. So I'm quite happy to use that one for a diorama. But this green one is in really great condition. It just seems a shame, real shame to start, you know. But you can see the interior is faded on it, but it's gone a bit dark actually with sun damage. It should be that really light colour cream like that, but it's gone a bit dark. Strangely though, this one's also darker inside. I've just given you a little sneak peek of the garage as I'm getting on, so let's have a look how far I've got with it. Okay, so this is how far I have got. So last time all I had was the base and I'd done the uprights ready to install. So as you can see, I've got a little bit further with it. I've not spent a huge amount of time on it, to be fair. I've only spent, you know, maybe a couple of hours. But what I did, I actually cut little holes into the base, little square holes, so that the poles have actually got something to sit into. You'll notice that I actually did these 2 extra poles as well, extra beams, just to narrow the front of the building a little bit. And then I'll make some proper doors. I've also started installing these cross beams. I did these the other morning, and then I've installed one there as well, so I'm going to do another one there and there, probably another one there, and then all the way around. And then I've got these cross beams which are going to start to form the apex of the roof. So I'm going to do the apex of the roof probably about this high, probably 2-3 inches, and then I'll do the apex. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do it like a tiled roof, or whether I'm going to do it like a wood roof, or whether I'm going to do it like a corrugated asbestos style roof, or maybe even corrugated iron roof. I'm not sure, but I think because I'm making it quite old-fashioned and rustic, I think I might go for like a tiled roof. But I ain't decided yet. That's still to be decided. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to continue installing the extra strengthener beams, which are going to go around about halfway up all the way around, and I'm going to make a start on doing the apexes. So I'll just show you the tools that I'm using. Very simple tools. Just got an old craft knife, Stanley, a pen for marking out, a ruler. I've got little pin snippers, not, you know, I'm getting my words wrong, you know what I mean, little pliers. And then I'm actually using my Wilkinson sword garden snippers for helping to cut the wood, because obviously I use them in the garden. And then I've got like this Evo stick wood adhesive, which I've been using as well. And then as you saw in the last video, I've got the bits of old wood which I'm using to cut up. What I'm actually finding an easier way to cut it is actually to mark it up, draw a line across, and then actually run the blade across it a few times to like score it, and then use the little pliers to actually snap it. And that's a good way of actually cutting it, because what I did last time, I was using a little mini hacksaw, but it was quite hard work. I'm actually finding it easier to score it and then snap it. And by scoring it and snapping it, some of the bits of wood are looking a little bit rough like this, which is ideal because I want it to look a little bit rough and run down. That's part of the design that I'm after. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on and do some more. So I shall see you shortly. Right guys, so just show you basically all I'm doing. Just making the cross beams, and all I do, dead simple, just use a ruler and a pen and just mark out the bit I'm going to cut. And then like I say, all I'm doing is freehand going backwards and forwards with a knife maybe 4 or 5 times, and that's enough then to be able to snap it. And then just cutting in that way with a knife. On the bits that are a bit stronger, I'm using the old Wilkinson sword plant trimmers just to do them on the odd bit where it's been a bit stronger wood, like where it's near a knot or something. But most of the time I'm finding I'm just using the Stanley knife, and that's actually doing the job just fine. So let's crack on. Okay then guys, so I've made a bit more progress. So I've got most of the cross beams in all the way around. I'm not doing top ones on this back edge because it's going to have the beam across like it has here for the main apex of the roof. But as you can see, I've purposely rough cut some of these, so again to give it that really kind of rustic run down look. And in this particular corner I've purposely used some bits which are a bit rotten. Probably going to make this corner a little bit rotten. But yeah, I'm going to start doing the apex roof now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it in the 5 separate sections for the apex for the roof. So the 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 different sections, and then there'll be cross beams across that direction and cross slats. And if I do go for it like tiles, then I'll have to use some kind of thinner wood, maybe some kind of I don't know, maybe even matchsticks or something. Might have to buy some matchstick wood off eBay or something, unless I can find some wood knocking around the house somewhere, or the garden or something that I can use. But this particular bit of wood here, as you can see, is really kind of rotten. I'm making a right mess of my living room table, but I think I'm going to use this for the main door on the front. So the door's like really rotten and looking really rough. I'm going to cut it into proper planks to proper separate sections. I don't know whether to use it yet because it might be too thick, because obviously thinking about the scale, it's a 1/18 scale. So these beams are okay because they're working at roughly like 6x4s. If you know, you're thinking about the 1/18 scale, they're kind of like 6x4s, you know, quite chunky wood, which an old barn would probably be made from. Well, a proper really old barn would probably be made of the wood even thicker than that. But I'm trying to make it as true to scale as I can. The actual overall height, that is 7 foot basically. If you think about the scale 1/18, it's about 7 foot, so it's a decent height. And I thought, well, that's probably about right, you know. It's roughly about the right kind of scale for a garage. And overall dimensions, it's the equivalent of about 18 foot squared, I think, off the top of my head. So again, try to make it as accurate to an 18 scale model as I can. So there we go. So I'm going to carry on now, and I'm going to make the A-frames. And then one thing I'm going to do is, before the A-frames get attached, a couple of these wood beams are actually a little bit taller than the others. So they need just levelling off so that they're all even. Like that one there at the back is definitely taller than the others. So yeah, and then once I've done the A-frame, I'm going to make some doors for the front. I don't know if I'll get on to doing the doors today. Maybe that'll be in the next video. But I'm going to do the A-frames next, guys, so I shall see you soon. Hi there, guys. Welcome back. Several hours later, I actually decided to have a little bit of a chill out afternoon, so I've not done a great deal since the last little bit I did earlier, but I've just had some food and decided to carry on for a little bit. So it has gone dark now, but as you can see, I've just chucked the red one in next to the green one just for now, so you can see that there's absolutely loads of space, plenty of space for two cars. And I've just got the wood together here ready to start making the apexes for the roof. So I've got the 5 cross pieces. One of them snapped and I can't find the bit that snapped off, so I don't know where that's gone, so I might have to remake that one because that one had snapped as well, but I kind of just did a little bit of a crappy repair on it. But yeah, and then I've cut these upright pieces. I've done them roughly 2.5 inch, which should be the equivalent of roughly about 4 foot, because I figured, well, try to get the pitch of the roof right. If I do them the equivalent of about 4 foot, that should give me a decent little bit of a pitch to the roof. So what I'm going to do is start making the apexes, and then we can start getting the roof structure onto this garage. I ain't decided what to do for the floor yet. I don't know whether to do it like stone or whether to just do it like gravel, or I don't know, because what would it be like inside a garage? It obviously won't be gravel, so I'll probably do gravel on the outside, like a bit of a driveway running up to it. But what would it be like on the floor inside, do we reckon? Maybe done like stone, or like stone slabs. I mean, I suppose it might be like concrete in a newer garage, because like my own garage is concrete, but obviously this is supposed to be like an old barn type thing, so I don't know what to do. What do you think, guys? Anyway, I'm going to carry on with these apexes, so I shall see you shortly. Okay then, guys, we're getting somewhere. So as you can see, sorry about the dodgy camera work with all the shadows, but as you can see, we're getting somewhere. I've actually made a new cross beam for that one, that one that had snapped and they were a bit missing, so I've just made a whole new piece. And then I've just started with these upright bits, and what I'm doing is at the top I'm cut a little V into the top of them all, and then what I'll do is I'll have another structure piece across the top. Ignore all the boxes in the background, by the way. They're boxes from stuff I've got off eBay recently and Amazon, so if you're wondering what all that crap is in the background, that's what it is. But yeah, so there's going to be another cross beam across the top of there, and then I'll do the apex bit from up there and down, but I'm going to make them so they come down a bit, so you get a bit of an overhang. And then I might do another kind of cross beam up at an angle, to give it a bit of triangulation. Now, when I've built things like this in the past, I've actually used bits of cardboard and made actual triangles to add extra strength. And I don't know whether to on this. I mean, it don't physically need it, but it's more for aesthetics to make it look a bit more realistic. But I don't know if something this kind of age would have any kind of wooden or metal like strengthener pieces, because I could actually use like a little, some really thin metal, and then obviously make it look rusty, which would add a little bit of extra realism to it. But I don't know. It's getting there anyway, as you can see. It's definitely getting there. Like I say, ignore the pile of stuff in the chair. It's where I've ordered some stuff recently. But it's definitely getting there. And obviously when it's got the roof on and everything, it's going to look pretty cool looking inside, and when it's got all the walls. One thing I've realised I've totally messed up. I don't know how on earth I did it, but I've noticed that this side is a lot narrower than that side. So if I just put the ruler on, you've got basically just under 50mm that side, and this side somehow, I don't know how I've done it, it's only about only about 43mm. So I was looking, I was thinking, why is that so much narrower than that side? And then I've noticed that when I actually drew my little lines on there to put that pillar in the right place, I've actually put it in the wrong place and just totally didn't notice. I just completely didn't notice. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this other upright piece there like that. Whichever way up I decide to put it, probably like that. I'll glue that next to that. So that's like a double pillar. Oops, top bit's just dropped off. Let me just shift that out of the way a sec. So yeah, so I'll put that next to that, and then it'll make it the right correct width. Because it's not going to matter anyway, because these bits are all going to be covered by the outside planks. So just as long as the doorway is even, because I'm going to have two doors which hinge outwards. And what I've been thinking as well, if I make it, you know, as if this is a garage that was built in the 1930s or something, a lot of them have windows in the doors. So I'm thinking of having a couple of side windows, maybe just on one side, maybe on both sides, I don't know yet, but maybe also windows in the doors. But I don't know, I ain't decided yet. I'm just going to carry on building it as it is. So anyway guys, so for now, that is it. Thanks for when I can speak. Thanks a lot for watching. It is appreciated. All your support is appreciated. I will be doing some more real life car related videos again very shortly. But I say I'm just doing this because it's just something I enjoy doing. So I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching guys. Please like, browse, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Laters.